Okay, so let's go for the grammar and vocabulary of this unit number 9 in your workbook. So we are in page number 70, and this is exercise number 1. Choose the correct word or phrase to complete each sentence. So number 1, if you play tennis, you need a racket and tennis shoes. Number 2, if it's still raining in the afternoon, we won't go to the match. Number 3, I would go to the Olympic Games if I had enough money. Number 4, if I were you, I would learn the rules of the game first and play it. Number 5, we won't go to the basketball match unless there are free tickets. We could practice shooting if the net in the garden wasn't broken. Number 7, whenever Carl's team loses a match, he thinks it's the end of the world. And number 8, if Samantha didn't like jogging, she wouldn't run every day. Number 2, put a tick next to the sentences that are correct, and you have to correct the sentences that are wrong. Alright, so number 1, this is the correct answer. I'll show you my new video game when I see you. Number 2, what would they do if no one bought tickets for the match? Number 3, I'll go running with you tomorrow if you don't run too fast. Number 4, it is okay. So number 5, it's okay too. And number 6, she won't watch TV unless there's an exciting game on. Page 70, exercise number 3. Complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence, and you have to use the conditional in brackets. Okay, so in this case, you have to use a second conditional, right? So, if the coach went to another team, the fans would be really upset. Number 2, unless you ask them nicely, your parents won't let you go to the match. Number 3, call me if you need another player for the team. Number 4, you have to use a second conditional. I'd go to the final if the tickets weren't so expensive. Number 5, 0 conditional here. Whenever my team loses, I get really upset. And number 6, first conditional, I'll go sailing unless I'm ill and have to stay at home. Let's move on to the vocabulary exercises, and we are on page 70, exercise number 1. So actor is the best gamer that I know. No one can beat him when he plays Pro Evolution Soccer. Number 2, both teams were on the field and ready to play, so the referee blew his whistle and the match began. Number 3, the fastest athlete in the race will win the gold medal and become the new world champion. Number 4, at the circus the children had fun and really loved the acrobats who walked along the high wire. Number 5, a dog ran across the street and the cyclist fell off his bike and he moved to avoid hitting him. Number 6, Nadia is an talented gymnast and she hopes to compete at the Olympic Games in the floor event. Page 71, exercise number 2. Complete the dialogues with the phrasal verbs in the box in the correct form. Okay, so you have to use the verbs and you have to write them in the correct form too, right? So number 1, why did the Chinese runner pull out of the race? Well, because he injured his leg during training. Number 2, what's wrong with the referee? That's a bad decision. No, it isn't. He sent him off because it was a terrible foul. Number 3, what are they playing? It looks interesting. So it's a dodgeball. Why don't you join in? You'll have fun. Number 4, sorry, I've got a call. I can play tennis with you today. Okay, that's okay. We can put the game off until you feel better. Number 5, who knew that free running would become so popular? Yes, it has really caught on, hasn't it? And the last one, number 6, I'm so bored today. Let's do something. Okay, set up the Monopoly board and I can beat you again. Whoa. Okay, good choice. Number 3, choose the correct words. Alright, so Lucy is crazy about sport. She does swimming nearly every day in the summer. In fact, water sports are her favorite. That's why she wants to go windsurfing next year when her family is in Portugal on holiday. She's been surfing before and thinks it will be similar. She was visiting her cousins in Australia when she went surfing, but she couldn't stay in the water for long because there was a shock warning. She had thought about going water skiing there too, but quickly changed her mind. Every weekend, she plays football in a girls' team. The team is pretty good and has a chance of winning the championship this year. At school, Lucy does athletics twice a week and she also does gymnastics every Monday. This year, her physical education teacher is going to take Lucy's class to a golf course. Lucy doesn't want to play golf. She finds it boring because it isn't as a fast sport. Last year, his school organized a day at an ice rink where Lucy went ice skating and thought it was great fun. It's not surprising that Lucy would like to be a professional athlete and why not a world champion? Okay, so now we're on page 71. We're talking about grammar, time closes, and this is exercise number 1. Choose the correct words. Now, number 1, the coach will tell us which players he has chosen for the team when he arrives. Number 2, while I'm watching the basketball final on TV, my friend will be at the game. Number 3, after we find our seats, I'll call Max and tell him where we're sitting. Number 4, I'll help you set up the net before the others arrive and then we can play volleyball. Number 5, there will be a press conference with the manager as soon as the match finishes. And number 6, once all the gymnasts have warmed up, the competition will begin. Page 71, exercise number 2. Complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first one. So use no more than 3 words in each gap. Okay? So number 1, you want to be able to use the swimming pool until you join the gym. Number 2, I'll buy the match tickets after I've been to the bank. Number 3, while I'm doing yoga, my sister will be at the cinema. Number 4, we want to be able to go home until we put away the equipment. Number 5, we'll go riding in the park once Jackie fixes her bike. And number 6, we'll go swimming as soon as we've set up the umbrella.